The Kony 2012 message has gone almost as viral as some of the most recent movements in the past few years. In one day alone, the video was blasted across social networking platforms like Facebook and Twitter, with already nearly 1 million people pledging to take part in the Cover the Night event, which encourages supporters to print Kony 2012 flyers, posters, etc., and place them all over their local towns. There is no denying that horrible things have occurred in Africa, and I feel for their struggles. But don't you remember the last time we were told horrible things and horrible people were in some far-off land, and that it was up to us to make things better? Don't you remember that in almost all recent military invasions perpetrated by the United States government, there has always been an ulterior motive for invading these countries? What about the oil in Iraq? What about the opium in Afghanistan? What about the Iran-Contra drug smuggling our CIA was involved with? The American people are fed up with war. Even after 9/11 and the thousands killed on that fateful day, the majority of Americans do not see the point in our military presence overseas. We are tired of war, we are tired of death, and we are tired of angering the world and creating more enemies. And our leaders know this. They know we won't fall for any more convenient coincidences that lead to the systematic destruction of foreign lands in the name of keeping us safe from the terrorists. But do you think the elements in our government, who were bold enough to use 9/11 as a justification to attain oil in the Middle East, would just give up now that the American people are awake? Of course not. Those who would kill for power would stop at nothing to spread their influence further and wider across the globe. But now, with the American people awake, they'd have to use new tactics to get the support of the people. Without the support of the people, that means you. Where are they going to get the tax dollars to fund these wars? They need your passionate, blind, and unceasing support. They need you to be motivated. They need you to be inspired.
All of this was funded by an army of young people who put their money toward their belief in the value of all human life. They gave a few dollars a month of what little they had and proved that a bunch of littles could make a big difference.
They need you to be in full support of their actions. If they decided to have a military presence in Africa, they would need the support of the American people. If they decided to have a military presence in Africa.
In furtherance of the Congress's stated policy, I have authorized a small number of U.S. forces to deploy to Central Africa to provide assistance to regional forces that are working toward the removal of Joseph Kony from the battlefield. Sincerely, Barack Obama.
If they decided to have a military presence in Africa.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. We put a man on the moon many years ago. A man on the moon. So getting a warlord to stop abducting children, it is difficult. I'm not saying it's simple, but I am saying it is doable. So the thing is, our resources that we have, the Department of Defense and the intelligence we have, we can strategically make it happen with the Ugandan military forces that are on the ground. It is a collective effort. It is not just in isolation. We don't want America to be the world police. We don't like war. We want to end war. That's what we're doing. I'm a pacifist at heart. I love Gandhi, Dr. Martin Luther King. Those are my idols. And just in this specific case, it's going to take a strategic force of last resort to go in and capture Kony. And it really has to be strategic because he is surrounded by children and women who are innocent. And so that's why you can't go, kill anyone.
The people with the power in both government and corporations know how to manipulate society to their liking. By using the television, media, and mass movements, they can play us all like musical instruments to the dance of their dominant global takeover. Kony 2012 has brought great awareness to the horrors occurring in Africa, But the film doesn't mention that Kony hasn't even been in Uganda for years. But you know what has been in Uganda and still is in Uganda? Oil reserves.
Shorelines of Lake Albert, under the water and the lagoons, there are riches. Enough oil to dramatically change the fortune of Uganda. Uganda and the oil executives insist that mistakes in past oil booms such as Nigeria and Angola won't be repeated. Exploitation, pollution, corruption. What's called the curse of African oil.
Yes, oil reserves in Uganda that, according to some reports, are larger and more abundant than those in Saudi Arabia. Remember that the people with power in both our government and corporations have a lot of money. That money can be used to buy anything. Put a couple $1 million into promoting any event, and once enough people are on board, the majority of everybody else will jump on board simply because they see everyone else doing it. In psychology, this is called groupthink. In Nazi Germany, this was called the Holocaust. After 9/11, this was called blind patriotism. In 2012, this phony movement may be Kony 2012.